Keep it Pyro.
It's PyroRadio.com. We had a couple little slip-ups there trying to get headphones for everybody. It's definitely a full house in the building today.
Full house.
Special guest Supergirl Tan in the building.
What's going on?
Thank you for coming through.
That's all right. Thanks for having me, man.
So we're here today just talking about being an independent artist and the advantages and disadvantages of that kind of situation. So how long have you been putting out music?
I would say officially since 2015. I've been doing music a lot longer than that though, but I would say off my own back as an independent artist, I've been putting out music since 2015.
Okay.
So I sound like a newbie, but I'm not, I'm a veteran.
Yeah. So what was you doing before that?
Making music, trying to be part of other sort of movements and stuff like that, and it just didn't really work in my favor. I was always making music. I've got so much music, but it just never got out, do you know what I mean? And it's lost in studio archives all around London because, as you lot were saying earlier about the letting the males harass you, so, those sort of ulterior motive, come do studio, innit, man's got beats. And you get there and it's like, so what are you saying anyway? It's true. Being honest, what I mean? Yeah. So I have been doing it a long time. So
so what do you think the biggest obstacle is to being independent?
I can't say that there's one in particular because, there isn't. There are so many different odds stacked against you, I mean, whether you're male, female, like you said, black, white.
What's been for you?
I think since now that I've taken it on my own shoulders, I think probably just sometimes having the money to put into everything. Do you know what I mean? Because, you could get, for example, you could be an artist and you go to one of the platforms and they say to you, 2 bills. And then I go and they're like, 5 bills. And it's like, so what's really the case? Do you know what I mean?
The link ups and all of that?
Just those people of the world.
I've heard them stories.
And it's a variety.
People, they offer other people different prices.
And to me, that lack of consistency is a problem.
Do you feel that you actually need these platforms?
No, I don't.
Exactly. You could build your own channel.
I could, but like you, I work, I've got a kid, and I need someone to do that for me. Do you know what I mean? So if somebody could sit down and just work my socials for me, do you know what I mean? So it looks like I'm active, because that's what this whole game is about at the moment. It's just visual perception. It's not about what it really is.
It's true.
So if I had somebody to make me look like I was on stuff all the time, then it might be better for me.
But that might just be building a good, good management team.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Have you been on them platforms before?
No.
For those reasons, or
no, not for any reason in particular. Like I said, I've literally I put so much into building my brand, my music, the videos and everything. That all happened this year. Do you know what I mean? I've worked on my projects and stuff, and I've released things on SoundCloud and put out the EP. But this year I went hard. Like, I shot 6 videos. I've only released 1 out of them. I got stuff in the pipeline. So, as much as I'm kind of behind schedule in terms of where I want it to be right now, I don't mind, because even if I don't do anything for the next 6 months, I'm good. Does that make sense?
If you had to share a strategy in putting out videos, what would you advise the listeners right now?
Well, that's a good question, but I don't know how to answer that, really.
That's a hard question as well.
It's hard. Never give up. You got to believe in your brand. You got to believe in yourself. That's as real as it gets for me. Like, because if I took what those people said on board about me and to me, then I probably wouldn't be standing here right now doing a radio interview. Do you know what I mean? So all I can say is just stay focused. Like, and I know that doesn't really answer the question, but it is the most important thing.
Because I know you that well. I'll answer it for you just because you're my sis. So what Tan did this year, basically, she fulfilled most of your videos for your EP? Your project?
No, because it's a variety of stuff.
Okay, so for your variety of stuff, and now you just have a catalogue and a library of videos ready to go. So that's what I mean by it. That was your strategy.
Oh, okay, like that. I thought you meant for putting it out specifically.
No.
Yeah, well, just go hard, innit?
As many as you can.
She's like, that's not a strategy. That's just me going hard.
Go hard.
Vids on vids, yeah?
Yeah, like that.
Sick.
What's the biggest advantage to being independent?
No one tells me what to do. I don't conform. I'm not a conformity type of person, so...
Do you think that labels tell people what to do these days?
again, like what you lot were saying earlier, I think it depends what kind of deal you get. But even then, if somebody's putting a bunch of money and investing that time into you, they're going to want to tell you what to do somewhere. And personally, I don't want to be told what to do at all. Do you know what I mean? Because I know exactly how my music is in my mind. When I think about a label, I think they look at, for example, somebody that's blown up in the last year, they look at their ability to generate views in a short amount of time, right? And they look at views as sales, you know? And they're not wrong to do that because they're a business. But at the end of the day, the way I see it is, if that's all they look at, are they necessarily going to understand the essence of my music? Are they going to understand why I do what I do? Are they going to feel my music? They might like me because, you know, it sounds catchy, but their heart ain't in the same place that my heart is with regard to my music. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think the one thing that is good about that though, in this age, is that you take your path, put your videos out, and it does well. You get those millions of views, and then they come to sign you. Then they are signing you for you, even if they don't really feel it and don't know. They kind of. I do think they let people do their thing a bit more. So they might go, you know what, just carry on doing what you're doing, and we'll give you this money.
Also, as well, what gets to me about that is the fact that they have the power to then say, oh, you know what, she's popping now, let's put her up, and if she ain't, we're gonna drop her.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas if I'm on my own 2 feet, I get to sit and stand as I feel. Do you know what I mean? No one could pick me up or drop me if they feel like I'm not the next. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that it's kind of daunting a bit in my mind. Do you know what I mean? Like, I suppose if somebody came along and said, yeah, we want to give you $1 million to do what the hell you like, I'm like, what? And I ain't got to pay it back. Alright then, cool, saying that. That's the only time you could sign me. Give me that free money.
Yeah, well, that was going to be our next series of questions, to be honest, but it's probably just answered it. So, like, whether you would sign a deal and what kind of deal it would need to be.
It would need to be that kind of deal. No strings attached. Take this money and go and do what you want. Supergirl Tan, fly.
So no 360 deal for you.
Nah.
That's the new.
I'll come and go as I please with that money in my hand.
Yeah. But he is right, the game is kind of different now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, you know, I'm just being cheeky because that's how I am. But no, I get it. Like, there are many sorts of opportunities and prospects at the moment. Like, and it's good. And big up everyone that is doing it and everyone that is going forth, because it's good to see. I'm happy to be a part of it. You know what I mean? In that sense where I'm alive to be able to see it, because I understand the transition that the game has taken, because I predate social media. Okay. I ain't old, like, by the way. But I do.
We are though,
social media ain't that old when you think about it. Do you know what I mean?
Nice,
like, you know, it isn't. So I kind of predate that. So I kind of see.
And unless you're talking about Elliot, then that's been there his whole life.
Okay.
He's filming. We can't even get him to answer for himself. I would have asked him, yo, was there no Facebook like when you were younger? But that's not bother. Next time.
You don't remember them times. He's like 5 when Facebook came out.
Stop it.
There's nothing wrong with being young, you know. You look like, oh, you dissed him.
No. It's not
hating, isn't it? We're hating.
I'm just hating. I got grey in my beard. Allow me.
Stop.
Tan, what do you think in terms of knowledge? Okay, now that I know you've been in music in a long time. We know from when we went to that radio.
Oh my goodness.
Do you remember? Me. Okay, so from
what happened?
We won't call it out because
no, you have to.
It was a catastrophe.
You can't just imply some shit happened.
We're gonna have to hear this.
Okay, all right. Just without mentioning names. Once upon a time, me and Tan went to a station. We was told that we was gonna rap bars. Okay, we're rappers, but we got there, it was like them old school grime sets.
Yeah.
It just wasn't for us,
there was
really.
Like 20
there was
to
25
squashed in a space like this.
No, it was hard. No, it was. I'm pretty sure it was
like
half
this.
of this.
No, it was like this.
There was a sofa, and in that they were all there.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So exactly. So in this space here,
it was tiny. Okay, so
and we fell further and further into the back of the room.
It must have been Deja though. No.
Not Deja.
We
ain't mentioning
Boiler room, man. Boiler room.
I'm gonna do that.
Which one of the things is?
I'm just thinking of the room, innit? Small room. What room has I been in like this?
It was like that.
It was similar. Okay. Do you feel that as an independent artist, you've gained more knowledge on music business than possibly someone that's on a label, or have you learnt more about PRS, PPL, all of this stuff, which I guarantee most independent artists don't even know what they stand for or why they need them?
I think because I made a decision to go hard, I had to do my research. Does that make sense? So I can't speak on behalf of all independent artists because they have their own means and methods for doing what they're doing. Whereas for me, I know that because I wanted to make it work, I knew what I needed. Do you know what I mean? So I had to do my research. So yes, in that respect, I have gained some knowledge. Not all, because I'm still learning. Do you know what I mean? And I don't mind speaking to people that can give me some advice and you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I would say that for me personally, not on behalf of all independents.
Fair enough. And just to add to that, if you are independent artists listening right now, or just anyone that's doing your craft, make sure you know the legalities of your craft. So if you are doing music, make sure you know about PRS, PPL, contracts.
What's PPL?
PPL is...
What's PRS? Tell the people
I
them.
thought you didn't know.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, tell the people them. I don't know what it stands for, but I know what it is.
I actually don't know what PPL stands for. Do you know what it stands for?
I don't know what it stands for, but I know they collect.
Is it PPL?
It's like if your music is playing in stores, they collect those royalties.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, a lot of people will know what PRS is to a degree, but PRS is the money for the written words.
Yeah.
So the publishing, and PPL is for the recording. So like when Sugar Babe's song gets played on the radio, the person who wrote that song gets the PRS, but they still get the PPL because they performed the vocal and the song in it. So if all of us do both, we get both. But I'm slipping. I haven't signed up to PPL ever in my life. It's a bit more complicated.
Yeah, but neither have I. So
I've
learned something today.
It's the same process.
Well, so Lexi's the only person here signed up to PPL.
I'm signed up to both.
You know what?
It's crazy.
I am signed up to PPL, but I've never worked out how to claim money from them. Like you have to, in order to register your works, you have to be signed up separately as a label. So it's a bit more complicated.
Tan, you're gonna have to do that when you get yard, you know.
I gotta go do some research.
It's important.
I need to work it out. Yeah.
It's important. It's
Hey, the
important.
manager's locked in. You got to do some work.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, your work.
Research.
You got a little team building because your manager's been like interacting with me and making this all happen very well. So that's good. That's good work, man. I need someone doing that for me.
How important is a team?
Especially important. I felt like I was drowning when I decided to take it, to the next level. I started, I was going, I can go studio, I can turn up and be SGT anytime. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I can write, I can find the beats, I can do that. But then when people start saying, we need you for this, or can you do this show, or send me, it's like, whoa, like you said, you hate emails. It's a lot. So I needed somebody to say, look, boom, sort out the emails, speak to that person. It's like someone will say to me, oh, we need you for this. It's like, yeah, cool, I'll send you an email, Kel. Do what you gotta do. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And that just leaves me to be me. Do you know what I mean? Because I am myself, as well as a mother, as well as, I'm full-time employed and all these things. So I just needed to be able to free my brain space a little bit. So it is very important to have a team, but not just any team, because I've been parts of teams that weren't the team. I was the team player, but they weren't the team. Do you understand what I'm
So
trying
it's
to
got
say?
to be the right team,
It's got to be,
like the right label.
It's got to be someone you trust.
I'm still in one of them teams now. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, stop it.
Well, that was shots fired. And he's so right, and he's 100% right.
Tan, how did you pick your team? What did you just kind of like, you're cool? Like, how did you pick them?
All right, so if you don't want me to be really
Just
bold
be real.
and brazen,
Yeah, go for it. Be Tan.
the only person on my team at the moment is my manager, as it stands. Everybody else is kind of associated. I kind of go to for whatever.
Okay.
But my manager, the reason she got picked was because she was in the room when my daughter was born. So
Okay,
she's
say
seen
no
that
more.
and she can handle that. You're due to handle some emails and this game. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I was so disrespectful to my boy right now. He was in the room when my daughter was born as well.
See what I'm saying?
You need to clap back and say it.
I was dead. No, joking.
That's bad. Wait.
No,
I wasn't in the room, though.
Close like that.
Not in the room,
It's just
outside the
like,
room.
Close like that.
Like, I was coming out.
you were close enough.
I weren't there like that.
You were
I was
close
in the
enough.
waiting room with the rest of the family. You know what I mean?
All right.
You was close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
What's the most frustrating thing that's happened in your career in having to like look after yourself as an independent artist?
People telling me that I should do certain things to make it. I mean, I've had man say to me, you need to get naked if you want to get noticed. You need to, you know what I'm saying? You need to use your assets if you want to. And it's like
Like people in the industry or just randoms or both?
No. a mixture of both. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like
what I realise is bare man am I just moving to you through the music game, innit? That's what's happening. Man, I'm like, yo, you know what, yeah?
You know what? You know, if
studio, I got beats.
Yeah,
then when you get there, you know what, you need to get naked. That's the only way.
No, but when I say get naked, I mean get naked for the camera visually. Do you understand what I'm trying
as
to
part
say?
of your image?
Yeah, as part of my image. Change my image, change the way that I move and all these things. Do you know what I mean? I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And it's like,
are you ever careful with what words you use? Like, I never say beats. I always say, let's talk about instrumentals. I make it known. I'm careful with what I say. No, I'm serious. I'm not even playing. Do you know how many times I've turned up and
does that work?
Of course it works. They know what time it is.
Because you don't say beats.
You're very professional. You're very professional, fam.
Stop that, mate. A beat is a beat.
So do you ever select your words? Do you ever think about how you say it?
Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. If you are who you say you are, producer, big man, producer, triple X, combo, whatever your name is, then be that when I turn up, because this is a business transaction. Do you get me? Hilarious. You want £100 for a beat, I got £100 to spend. Give me what I need. If it ain't that and you're talking some crud about, what are you saying differently, though, ma? Keep your beat. I'm gonna go on YouTube and put something on there.
What's funny is that there's bare man them like that as well.
They are creeps.
Them man are lost as well because who gets pum pum like that though? Yeah, has it ever worked for them though? Do you think it ever works for them?
I don't know.
It might.
No comment.
Because it depends on the type of people, the type of caliber. If they stumble upon someone like myself or Lexi, it's a straight shutdown, bro. It's one of them ones. It's a straight block thing. Do you understand? But you might get some girls that go through and think, he's doing so much for me. He's putting me on because, you know what I mean? He's going to slide me a free beat. It's like YouTube's got free beats too. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
in the pre-YouTube days, them man was swimming in pom-pom then. No, I'm joking.
All right. What you got going on musically? We played that song at the beginning. I meant to get that on after, but because we had the delay.
What's that, real one?
No, this next song we played after that.
That one, the freestyle. Yeah, I just dropped that the other day on SoundCloud. I felt like I needed to come and trouble something because I'm seeing a little bit of, feistiness going on in the game. So I thought, No. You
gotta drop names. You can't just be implying
Listen. I mean, I'm excited by the way the game is going.
Okay.
It's not no warting or I ain't
just
got
happy
time
for the other competition.
I just like the energy in the game at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of wanted to bring my energy back up because with the song like Real One and those, I kind of slowed it down a little bit. I'm writing songs with meaning for people, so I wanted to kind of get a bit amped again. So that's why I did that one. But I just released a No Limit freestyle on SoundCloud. I've got I Want Ins Out as a single. That's doing all right. Like I can't, it's doing okay. Like people,
How's the streaming going on that?
It's it's really good.
Mm-hmm, girl.
They just high-fived each other for people listening. Because you can't see that on the radio.
No, for real though.
It's going good. So
get that streaming paper. Yeah. Is there a video to that one?
There is.
And you've got a video to Real One coming.
And I've got a video to Hold Me Down, which is the follow-up track to Real One.
Sick.
So yeah.
She's got all the videos. You don't remember that?
I'm in Real One, so you best check that
out. Shout out to Sean Dean Artist.
Yeah. I'm gonna get into this other track as well. I want in. Thank you for coming through.
No man, you're welcome. This was a blast, man.
Yeah, you was a dope guest. You gotta come back.
What, is it finished already?
Anything before we do go? Anything else you would like to say to up and coming artists? Any advice that you would give them?
Again, I would just say stick at it. Don't let anybody deter you because, as I said earlier, this game is very visually driven at the moment. Do you know what I mean? So what you might be seeing on the Instagram, the Snap and all of that ain't necessarily what you think it is. Do you know what I mean? If I want to, I can go on Google. I can take pictures of Range Rovers. I could take pictures of expensive food, expensive bottles and post them on my Instagram and talk about living. That ain't necessarily the case. Do you know what I mean? Normal days, headscarf and all that because I gotta go work and ting. Do you know what I mean? So don't let anybody feel like they gotta. Don't let anybody put you off basically for something that's visually driven. Like stick to what you're doing, know what you're doing, know why you're doing it, and stick with that. Something's got to give eventually, innit?
Yeah, man.
So
that's good advice. Thank you for coming through, and I wish you all the best with it as well. Supergirl Tan in the building.
You definitely got to come back.
And we're gonna get into this one. Tell us about this one actually before I Want In.
Yeah, this one's called I Want In. This was like a reintroduction of a reintroduction, basically. It was kind of like, this is my first sort of proper official video with a proper director that I'm gonna drop. I just needed people to know, because I get the shade. People are like, oh, what you do music, bro? Whatever. Don't act like you don't know, kind of thing. You got that, and then you got the people that, you know, are kind of trying to sleep on me. So it was kind of like, you know what, cool, whatever. I want in. I'm coming. Don't play with me. You can't stop me.
And now you're in. Thank you very much.
Doing my thing, man.
PyroRadio.com.
Keep it pyro.